Hello friends, myself Divas Joshi and I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. So friends, today I will see a very special topic, that is how to calculate mass of dry flue gas. So I have selected this topic based on the request of many of my subscribers. So we will see how we can calculate mass of dry flue gas. So friends, for this, as you already know, I have already prepared a video which is live in YouTube also, where I have discussed how you can calculate the efficiency of a boiler by indirect method, and whereby I have assumed and I have calculated all the losses which are linked with a boiler. So friends, if you have a look at page number 42 of the second book, whereby the indirect efficiency of boiler has been calculated. So friends, you can clearly see here that we have already calculated theoretical air required for combustion of fuel having this much constituents. Accordingly, excess air I have also calculated to be 75%. You can see my previous video if you wish, as I have already calculated in that video how we can calculate theoretical air and how we can calculate excess air, and thereby we have calculated actual air supplied, that is AAS. And what is actual air supplied? The actual air supplied is the theoretical air supplied plus the excess air supplied. So this is the total air which is supplied in actual. So friends, you can see here that the actual air supplied can be calculated as the theoretical air supplied plus the excess air supplied. So you must remember one thing, that excess air is calculated in terms of percentage, but as you all know that percentage has a specific reference to something. So here the percentage is referring to theoretical air, that is excess air will be 75% of theoretical air. So I can say the actual air supplied will be theoretical air plus excess air. So accordingly, you can calculate the actual air supplied to be 12.25 kg, and this will be for per kg of coal, as I have assumed the data, that is 7 kg and 75% accordingly for 1 kg of fuel. So friends, if you want to have a greater look to these two topics, you can revisit my video on theoretical air calculation. So friends, now we come to our main topic of today, that is mass of dry flue gas. So first we should know what are the constituents of the flue gas that are available. So that depends on the constituents of the fuel. So you can clearly see from here that carbon will result in the formation of CO2, that is carbon dioxide. Hydrogen will result in the formation of water. Nitrogen will result in nothing and it will pass as nitrogen in the dry flue gas. Oxygen, as you can see here, will be used in combustion. Friends, you have already seen that the oxygen which is present in the fuel has already been incorporated while calculation of theoretical air. So sulfur will result in the formation of sulfur dioxide, that is SO2, and moisture will be directly reflecting in form of H2O. Now these are the constituents which will be present in the flue gas. But remember what we are calculating. We are calculating for dry flue gas. So we will not take all the constituents as such. So what are the constituents among these which is contributing towards the dry flue gas? So first one is CO2, carbon dioxide. The second one will be nitrogen. The third one will be oxygen. The fourth one will be sulfur dioxide, and this H2O we will not be considering, because as I have told you, we are considering only for dry flue gas. So as you know, whatever will be the mass of CO2, mass of N2, mass of oxygen, if present, mass of sulfur dioxide, that will contribute to the mass of dry flue gas. So the basic purpose of our today's concept is to calculate the mass of CO2, N2, oxygen, SO2, and that will be the mass of dry flue gas. So friends, now we will see how we can calculate the constituents of the dry flue gas. So the first thing you have to assume here for your calculation is that we are considering only 1 kg of fuel. This will be our assumption. So whatever we are calculating, we are considering for 1 kg of fuel. So if you proceed in this direction using this assumption, then all your calculations are very much easy and you will comprehend the things in an easier manner. So you can see here very clearly that the percentage of carbon in fuel is 53.65%. So what does this mean? This means that in 100 kg of fuel, you are having 53.65 kg of carbon. So I have considered 1 kg of fuel. So accordingly, I can calculate the carbon which will be present in 1 kg of fuel. So very easily you can see if 100 kg of fuel contains 53.65 kg of carbon, so in 1 kg of fuel you will have 53.65 kg divided by 100. It is a simple unitary method. So you can see the amount of carbon present in 1 kg of fuel will be 0.5365 kg. Similarly, you can see that the amount of nitrogen present in 1 kg of fuel will be 0.0111 kg. So friends, as you can see here, I have not calculated the amount of oxygen present in 1 kg of fuel because you will see subsequently that it is not required, because while calculating theoretical air, I have already taken the amount of oxygen which is present in the fuel, because you all know that in combustion oxygen is required from air. But if the oxygen is already present in the fuel itself, so first that oxygen will be used and then the remaining amount of oxygen will be drawn from the air. So the amount of sulfur which is present in 1 kg of fuel will be 0.0034 kg. From here you can easily see that the amount of sulfur in fuel is 0.34%. That is, in 100 kg of fuel, 0.34 kg of sulfur is present. So accordingly, in 1 kg of fuel, I will be having 0.0034 kg of sulfur. So first I will calculate the mass of CO2, that is carbon dioxide. So as you already know that C plus O2 is CO2, this equation I have already used. So you can easily see here the atomic weight of carbon is 12 kg, atomic weight of oxygen is 16 kg. So accordingly the weight of CO2 will be 44 kg. So you can easily see here from 12 kg of carbon, 44 kg of CO2 is getting produced. So by using the simple unitary method, from 1 kg of carbon, 44 divided by 12 kg of CO2 will be produced. But how much is my carbon present in 1 kg of fuel? That is 0.5365. So from 5365 kg of carbon, how much carbon dioxide will be produced? So this is the value, and I will be calculating it as 1.967 kg of carbon dioxide. Now I will move on to the next constituent, that is nitrogen. So this is a very unique concept. So you can see here the nitrogen is already present in fuel itself, that is 0.0111 kg, and this nitrogen does not take part in the combustion reaction. It passes as it is in the dry flue gas. So one thing again you must note here, that nitrogen is the prime constituent of air. And how much air we are supplying? We are supplying 12.25 kg of air per kg of coal. So for combustion of 1 kg of coal, how much air I have supplied? I have supplied 12.25 kg of air. So the nitrogen which is present in 12.25 kg of air will also be transferred to the dry flue gas. So how much will be the nitrogen that will be present in this 12.25 kg of air? So friends, as you all know that by weight the nitrogen present in air is 77%. That is, in 100 kg of air, 77 kg of nitrogen will be present. So what I have done, I have calculated the nitrogen that has been supplied along with this air. So as I have already told you that nitrogen is present in air with the ratio 77% by weight. So the amount of nitrogen that is present in the actual air supplied will be 77% of the air supplied for 1 kg of fuel. So the air supplied for 1 kg of fuel is 12.25 kg, as I have already told you. So the nitrogen present will be 77% of this. That is 77 divided by 100 multiplied by 12.25. So it will come as 9.4325 kg. So this much is the nitrogen that will be passed because of the air you have supplied for the combustion. But this much nitrogen is already present in the fuel and will be transferred as such. So the total nitrogen you will find in the dry flue gas will be the summation of these two. So it will come as 0.0111 kg plus 9.4325 kg, and it will come as 9.4436 kg of nitrogen. Now friends, I will take the oxygen that will be present in the dry flue gas. As you all know that what is theoretical air? Theoretical air is the just air which is required for the combustion. That is, whatever is the amount of oxygen in the theoretical air will be 100% consumed in the combustion reaction. So if you are supplying only the theoretical air, you will not find oxygen in the dry flue gas, because whatever is the amount of oxygen that has been supplied with the theoretical air will be consumed by all the constituents of the fuel during their combustion. But now you must note that you are supplying some excess air for creation of turbulence, so that intimate and proper mixing between the fuel and the air takes place and the combustion reactions carried out in a very efficient manner, and the optimum amount of energy is released during the combustion. So you must take note here that if you are supplying the theoretical air, you will be having no oxygen in the dry flue gas. So you must take note that you have supplied some excess air, and how much? 75% of the theoretical air. So this air will also contain oxygen by virtue of its property that oxygen is present in air as 23% by its weight, just like the nitrogen, which is present by the ratio of 77% of its weight. So for calculation of oxygen in the dry flue gas, you require the amount of excess air you have supplied. So I have already calculated that the excess air supplied is 75% of the theoretical air. So the oxygen supplied can easily be calculated as 23% multiplied by excess air that have been supplied. So since I have been considering 1 kg of my fuel, so first I need to calculate how much excess air is required for 1 kg of fuel. So which I have already calculated. As you can easily see, the excess air which will be supplied for 1 kg of fuel will be 75% of theoretical air. So the theoretical air supplied for 1 kg of fuel will be 7 kg. So accordingly, the excess air supplied will be 75% of this 7 kg. So it can be calculated as 1.2075 kg of oxygen. So hope it is very much clear how we have calculated this oxygen. Now the last thing left is sulfur. So you must have remembered the equation S plus O2 SO2, that is sulfur plus oxygen, and the combustion product is sulfur dioxide. The atomic weight of sulfur is 32 kg, oxygen atomic weight is 16, and thus you can calculate the atomic weight of SO2, which is 64 kg. So from 32 kg of sulfur, 64 kg of sulfur dioxide is getting formed. From 1 kg sulfur, you can get 64 divided by 32 kg of sulfur dioxide using simple unitary method. So the amount of sulfur which is present in 1 kg of fuel is 0.0034 kg. So from this much amount of sulfur, sulfur dioxide will be 0.0068 kg of SO2. So friends, as you can see, I have calculated the amount of each constituent present in the flue gas, that is CO2, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur dioxide. So the mass of the dry flue gas will be the summation of these all, that is 1.967 plus 9.4436 plus 1.2075 plus 0.0068, and it will come around 12.7 kg. So what I can say? I can say that the mass of the dry flue gas will be 12.7 kg, and since I have considered 1 kg of my fuel, I will call it as 12.7 kg per kg of fuel. This means in combustion of 1 kg of fuel, you will have 12.7 kg of dry flue gas. So friends, I hope you must have get the concept of the dry flue gas, how we can calculate each of the constituents that will be present in the flue gas, and thereby how we can calculate the mass of the dry flue gas, because this is required in all the line items whereby indirect efficiency is being calculated. So friends, hope you have liked this video. So if you have any doubt on this topic, you can write your comment in the comment section. And also friends, if you want me to prepare my video on any particular topic, on any particular question, then you can directly write in the comment section, or you can also mail me in my email ID. My email ID, my WhatsApp number is there in the description box. So friends, if you have liked this video, then do share among your friends and colleagues who are preparing for this prestigious exam. As you all know that the dates for this year has already been announced by BEE. So friends, with this note, I will be ending my today's session. So best of luck for your exam. So friends, this is all for the day. Thank you. We will be meeting very soon with another similar kind of topic. So stay tuned till then. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.